over Ingersoll's barn.
Now look, child. Mr. Putnam.
There's some Providence the thing's out now. Her eyes is closed.
That's strange. Ours is open.
Your little Ruth is sick.
The devil's touch is heavier than sick. It's death driving into them forked and hoofed.
Oh, pray not.
She never wakes this morning. Her eyes are open as she walks, but she hears not, sees not, and cannot eat. Her soul is taken, surely.
You sent for Reverend Hale?
He has much experience in all demonic arts.
And found a witch in Beverly last
now, I
year.
am certain there's no element of witchcraft here.
Now look you, Mr. Parris. There are hurtful, vengeful spirits laying hands on these children.
Thomas,
and tell Mr. Parris what you have done.
Reverend Parris, I laid 7 babies unbaptized in this earth. And believe me, you've never seen more hardy babies born. And yet each one would wither away in my arms the very night of their birth. And now my Ruth, a secret child she becomes, and shrivels like a sucking mouth for pulling on her life too. So I thought to send her to your Tituba.
What made Tituba?
Tituba can speak to the dead, Mr. Parris.
Woman.
They were murdered, Mr. Parris, and mark this proof. Mark it. Some power of darkness stopped her mouth. Is it a marvelous sign?
Then you were conjuring spirits last night.
Not I, sir. Tituba and Ruth.
Now I'm undone.
You are not undone. Let you take hold here. Wait for no one to charge you. Declare it yourself. You have discovered witchcraft.
In my house. In my house, Thomas. They'll topple me with this. They'll make it.
Pardons? I only come to see how Betty is.
Why aren't you at home?
Her grandma comes. She improved a little, I think. I've heard no more, Kitty Putnam.
Will you leave me now, Thomas? I'll pray a while alone.
Now look you, sir. Let you strike out against the devil, and the village will bless you for it. Come, speak to them, pray with them. They're thirsting for your word, mister.
I will lead them in a song, but let you say nothing of witchcraft. I've had enough contention since I came. I want no more.
Mercy, you go home to Ruth, do you hear?
If she starts for the window, cry for me at once.
Speak with the deputy governor.
She comes out to tell the truth, Your Honor. Who is this man?
John Proctor, sir. Elizabeth Proctor is my wife.
Beware this man, Your Honor. This man is mischief.
I think you must hear the girl, sir.
Pray. Now what would you tell us, Mary Warren?
She never saw no spirit, sir.
Never saw no spirits?
Never. She signed a deposition, sir.
I accept no depositions, Mr. Proctor.
Aye.
Now tell me, have you given out this story to the village?
They've come to overthrow this court, Your Honor.
Now, Mr. Parris, I pray you. Now, Mr. Proctor, are you aware that the entire contention of the state of these trials is that the voice of God is speaking through the children? And you, Mary Warren, how came you to cry out people for sending their spirits against you?
They were pretense, sir.
Pretense. And the other girls, Susanna Walcott and the others, they were also pretending?
Aye, sir.
Indeed. Now, Mr. Proctor, before I decide whether to hear you or not, it is my duty to tell you this. We burn a hot fire here. It melts down all concealment. Are you certain, in your conscience, sir, that your evidence is the truth?
It is. And you will surely know it, sir.
There lurks nowhere in your heart, nor hidden in your spirit, any desire to undermine this court.
No, sir.
I tell you straight, mister. I have seen marvels in this court. I have seen people choked before my very eyes by spirits. I have seen them slashed by pins and stuck by daggers. I have until this moment not the slightest reason to suspect these girls from deceiving me. Do I make my meaning clear?
Your Excellency, does it not strike upon you that these women with such
You
upright...
read the gospel, Mr. Proctor.
I read the gospel.
Then you should surely know that Cain were an upright man, and yet he did kill Abel.
Aye, God tells us that. But who tells us that these women sent their spirits out to kill 7 babies? It is the children only, and this one swears she lies.
Now, Mr. Proctor, your wife sends a claim this morning in which she states that she is pregnant, but there be no sign of it. We have examined her body.
But if she says it, then it is true, sir. My wife cannot lie.
Now, Mr. Proctor, if I should tell you that we will keep your wife another month, and if she begin to show her natural signs, then you shall have her living yet another year until she is delivered. What say you to that, sir? Well, come now, you say your only purpose is to save your wife. Well, good then, she's saved at least this year. What say you? Well, good then, it is solved. Will you drop the charges?
cannot, sir.
I tell you, sir, he's come to overthrow this court.
No. These people, sir, they're covenanted Christian. They are farmers, much like I
Oh,
am.
I
sir.
judge you not, sir. Sit you down, ready to hear your evidence. Now, she's not hearty.
Sense of it now.
Or might it be that there are no afflicting spirits loose? But in the court there were some.
I never saw no spirits.
Then see no spirits now and prove to us that you can faint by your own will as you claim.
I cannot do it.
Then you'll confess, will you not? Attacking spirits made you to faint.
No, sir.
Excellency, this is a trick to
It's
blind
not
the
a
court.
trick. The other girls started screaming, and you, sir, you seemed to believe them, and they were only sport in the beginning, sir, but then the whole world cried, spirits, spirits, and I promise you, Mr. Danforth, I only thought I saw spirits, but I did not.
Surely, Your Excellency isn't taken by this simple lie.
Abigail Williams, I bid you now search your heart, child, and know this. To God, every soul is precious, and his vengeance is great on them that take life without cause.
Reverend Hell has returned to bring Rebecca Nurse to God.
He bids her confess.
Him. She sits with him and Martha Corey and 2 or 3 others and pleads with them confess their crimes and save their lives.
Indeed, it is a providence, and they soften.
Not yet, but there is news, sir, the court must reckon with. My niece, she is banished. I thought to advise you of it earlier in the week.
Why, how long is she gone?
Where has Abigail gone to? This be the 3rd night she is gone. Mercy Lewis is gone too. I think they be aboard a ship. My daughter tells me now they were speaking of ships last week, and tonight I discover my strongbox was broken into. I am pitiless. I think they fear to keep in sailing anymore since the news of Andover have broken here.
No nonsense, Mr. Paris. Andover is remedied. The court returns there on Friday and will resume further examinations.
I tell you what is said here, sir. Andover have thrown out the court. They say they'll have no part of witchcraft. I tell you true, sir. I fear there'll be a riot here.
Riot! After execution, I've seen it not but high satisfaction in the town. You are a brainless man, Paris!
You, Judge Hawthorne. Now, how would you propose then?
I would postpone these hangings for a time.
There will be no postponement.
There is
sir.
hope. Reverend Hell has returned. If you even bring one of these to God, that damns the other in the public eye, and none may doubt no more that they are all linked to hell.
Now, Mr. Paris, which of them do you have hope for?
Tonight, when I open my door, a dagger clattered to the ground. You cannot hang the sword. There is danger for me. I dare not step outside it.
Mr. Paris. Reverend Hale, well, congratulations. We are glad to see you return to your
You
good work.
must pardon them. They will not budge.
Now, listen here. I will receive not a single plea for pardon or postponement. Them that have not confessed will hang. Postponement now speaks of floundering on